Hey guys, it's Pierre. We're in Abu Dhabi in my hotel room, and I'm gonna answer all your questions. Not all of them, some of them. So thanks for all the questions. Quite many. So yeah, let's get it started. My little office right there. So just put it. I think I just switch it off now. Okay, so thanks for so many questions, Reddit. Quite many. So I'll try to answer as many as possible. So let's get started. First question. The Graham 95. Is there a way in layman's terms that you could explain the difference in feeling of driving the Red Bull versus the Toro Rosso? Well, to make it simple, the Red Bull is just faster. In terms of driving, there is no difference. The way you brake, your steering input is the same. It's just like you can brake a tiny bit later with the Red Bull, 2-3 meters everywhere, because you have more downforce, which means more grip. Carry a bit more speeds, 5-6 kph, and go harder on throttle just because the car provides you more grip and has more potential. But in terms of driving and feeling wise, it's very similar. Second question, Coconut Sands. Great question, but they probably will not want to do a Red Bull versus Toro Rosso thing, so I might term it as what is his driving style and why it works in one car versus another, and the difference between. Well, I think I've just answered that one in the question before. So yeah, in my opinion, there is no difference in terms of feeling within the car. There is just one that is a bit more developed, and that goes faster. And of course, they have a bigger budget, which means the team can develop the car at a faster rate. But well, in terms of feeling, honestly, it feels the same. The way I drive is the same, and the way I feel the car is the same. But just the Toro Rosso has less downforce, so is slower. Third question, Rev 2798. If the opportunity arises, will you go back to Red Bull or not? If not, which team are you most looking forward to? Well, of course, I'm a Red Bull driver, and as a competitor, I want the fastest car possible. So, of course, my goal is to go back with Red Bull when the opportunity will arise again. So my goal is to be in the fastest car possible. Chogger, how do you notice slightly changing conditions during a race? Example, your braking points on all the tires. Do you always leave enough leeway to compensate? Do you have some system giving you precise measurements, or is it all about feeling? It's all about feeling. So of course, our engineers can let us know, okay, rain is coming in that corner. They can see it on the GPS. But then after, the way we judge the grip on track is literally just based on what we feel inside the car. So, well, you can see the color of the tarmac, see how wet it is, see if you see dry patches. And then from one corner to another, that's how you adjust the grip level based on the last corner you've gone through, so based on what you felt there. So it's not easy in these conditions. It's, as a driver, it's a lot more exciting, I would say, because it's a lot more tricky to really understand where the limit is. And that's where you have some drivers taking more margin than others, but that's a fine line, because if you go over it, it's really easy to crash or go out. But I think it's really exciting conditions as a driver. So, Pandas 795. What's the most ridiculous rumor you heard about yourself? I've heard so many rumors, especially this year, but probably that I will never get a podium in Formula One. So, so luckily we didn't do this before Brazil, because I think we were supposed to do it before Brazil. So luckily we waited until Abu Dhabi. No, rumors, it's part of the sport, unfortunately, and unfortunately or fortunately, sometimes you hear some funny stories, but I think generally you just need to accept the fact that people are talking without having much information. Sometimes can be bad, sometimes can be funny, sometimes can be mean. You hear all sort of stuff, but yeah, just need to get on with it, and yeah, in the end, focus on what's important. So I think rumors are not that important. Belumus, is there much difference in having Verstappen as your teammate versus Kvyat, and what is the difference? What is the difference? Well, to be fair, you don't spend that much time with your teammates during the race weekend. So, what are the main? Was in Russian. The other one is Dutch. I mean, they're both quite funny. I must say they are both like quite funny guys. But yeah, as I said, during a race weekend, you're so much into your thing, in your like room, PR stuff, engineers, driving on track. You don't actually spend maybe all in all an hour during the whole weekend with your teammates. So it's yeah, to come back on the question, because that wasn't the question. What's the difference? I don't know. Honestly, to be fair, I don't know. Maybe Max has more win than Daniel. That's the only difference between the two. But yeah, both of them are really funny. Both of them are really fast guys that I know since karting. Used to race together in 2000 and I think 2010 with Daniel and 2011 with Max. So yeah, both know them since very long time, and both really good guys. Which buttons, verse Liesel, which buttons on your steering wheel are your favorite and least favorite? I think my favorite button is the overtake button, which is the boost button, which worked pretty well in Brazil, and helped us to hold Hamilton until the line. And the least favorite, what is the least favorite? Probably when you got to switch off the car. This means the driving part is over, and then it's yeah, once you jump in that car, you never want it to stop. So you just want to keep driving, keep going, keep racing until the end. 1 in 7 billion. No, 1 in 7 billion. Hi Pierre, as you're aware, nutrition is very important for a driver. If F1 cars are the compartment for keeping snacks, which snack will you take in the car with you? Well, probably what I love in terms of food is probably not really appropriate for while I drive. But in terms of snacks, well, I mean, we in the car, honestly, I don't know. Like, we'll get some bars, like protein bars, and probably shakes. Or but anyway, honestly, when you're driving, you don't really think about it. So even drinking is not something that is so easy to think about, because you're focused and you're just like the bad stuff. I go with the tiramisu because I'm a massive tiramisu lover. So I'll fit a little tiramisu somewhere. And then after the coach parts will probably fit me with a protein bar, shake, or something like this. But I mean, even in 24 hours, pretty sure in 24 hours of Le Mans they don't fit any food in the car. They just have drinks. And now we put like we had like all sort of stuff, like some powder in the drinks during the race, just to keep us hydrated and keep the body fresh for the whole race. I am the Punisher. I don't have a question, but I want to tell you one thing. Pierre, you're a good man, my brother. The amount of joy I saw in your face when you stood on that podium, I have seldom seen in my life. I was so happy for you, my man. Keep on going, never give up. That's a great comment. Thanks. I am the Punisher. That's really cool, really cool of you. So now was well, I've seen the images after the weekend. I must say I was quite shocked when I heard my radio message, because I had no idea. I've just lost it that much after the line. So yeah, I was really happy, and yeah, in this kind of moment, I know I can get quite emotional, and well, you don't really think about anything. I just open the radio, and then literally for 30 seconds just shouted at my engineer. Shouted because I was happy and screamed, and that was yeah, a really great moment, pure joy, and also like to share this with all the mechanics, all the engineers. I think everybody went quite crazy after the finish. So that was really best moment in my career. So, but thanks for the message. That's really nice. Red Pierre. Well, I don't think I don't think I got that right, but anyway, Red Beer. We'll call you like this. On a scale of 1 to wow, your post-race team radio, how would you rate how would you rate your 2019 season as a whole? So yeah, the 2019 season's been really big roller coaster for me. It was so many things happened in 1 year actually when I think back at it. So starting with Red Bull, the first 6 months clearly it didn't go the way I would have liked and the way I wanted, and same on the team's part. So we're far from extracting and showing our full potential. So that was a bit frustrating because there was a lot more we could have done. And then after, of course, I went from Red Bull to Toro Rosso mid-season. I know for me it was really important to just perform the way I'm supposed to perform in Formula One, show my speed and show what I can do in the car. And coming in Toro Rosso in Spa, there wasn't much time to get prepared. And then after first weekend was already tough, but then after Antoine's incident on Saturday was just horrible. So I didn't start the best way or the way I would have liked, because of course I have this this in mind that can't forget. And after to race on Sunday, try to be as much focused as I could, perform at my maximum for my first race with the team. Wasn't easy, but we managed to score points. And then after that, it was just every weekend we're getting better, and really happy with the way we managed to improve with the team, and score points in a couple of races until the podium in the last race in Brazil. So I don't like to rate so much because of course there are so many things that can always be better. But as a whole, I think I'm pretty happy with the second part of the season and the way we have improved. On the first part, I think there were so many things that we could have done better as a team with Red Bull. But the second part, I think I didn't feel I've changed anything, but at least I could show my speed and put some good results for the team and get that first podium I really wanted. Sergeant Sotzlayer. Well, I don't know if I get any name right. Like it's quite shocking. Sorry if I make a couple of mistakes. But which driver did you consider as your role model or admire the most? I must say there are quite a lot of drivers and guys I've been looking up when I was a kid, and even now, like other athletes. But I think I grew up with watching Michael Schumacher winning all the races with Ferrari, so I would say it was the first one to really give me that passion and that love for Formula One. And after that, of course, Alain and Prost and Senna, the battle there together was before I'm born, but for me they are two legends of Formula One, two idols, even though they are like really different. Just admire them a lot. Same with Lewis. I must say, when I was little and I was only in karting, Lewis was one of the guy I preferred the most because it was super exciting in the battles it was putting on track. And then after, also in different sport, I was massive fan of Zinedine Zidane when I was a kid, because I started playing football as well when I was little for a couple of years, but always looked at these guys as quite inspirational athletes. So Gabi Naru, first of all, congratulations on that amazing race and podium in Brazil. Now for my question, could you describe in your own words all the progress Honda made since last season feels in the Toro Rosso? Um, well, compared to last season, I must say they did a massive step forward. So you can clearly see it in the results. Of course, I think the relationship they have with Red Bull really managed to they put the two strengths together, the knowledge with Toro Rosso. We had 4 Honda engines on track since the beginning of the year, so of course the development went a lot faster compared to last year, and I think it really paid off. First wins this year for Honda. Toro Rosso managed to get 2 podiums, which is I think the first time since they started Formula One, and then second podium of the history for Daniel in Hockenheim after more than 10 years, I think. So, to get 2 podiums for the team this year was really amazing, and I think it really shows the efforts and all the work everybody has been doing over the last months and seasons. But yeah, Honda, I must say now is just pushing massively, developing a lot, and closing the gap with the top teams massively, and now we are really fighting with them. So there's still even more to come, which is really exciting. But I must say I always believed already last year. People were asking me if I thought Honda would be able to win, and I really believed it because the effort they are putting is just incredible. So and they are still pushing for more. So I think there's still a lot more to come. But I think this year was great for them to get their first win in Formula One in this new engine era. Hello Pierre. At what age in your earlier racing career did you realize you were skilled enough to drive professionally? This was Jiggy. This is tough one. This is really difficult because in this sport, in a way, you always feel like so far from Formula One because it's something. You have only 20 seats in the whole world, and then you need a mix of things to really get there. So of course you need talent, but you have many drivers, many guys with a lot of talent. You need the right team around you. You need the right people. You need the right timing, and you need things to really fall in place together. So I would say in karting is too far. You're just working and trying to improve yourself as a driver. When you switch to Formula 4, so I switched to Formula 4 at 15 years old, you're still way too far from Formula 1, but you start to really get better driving single-seaters. I think when I won 2013 the Formula Renault 2 liters, the Euro Cup, I think at that time I realized, okay, well, I know at that level, based on the guys that have won the championship before, they all went through a decent career, so it was a good pass. But then at that time, you're also limited with money, and I mean that's when Red Bull came to pick me up, end of 2013, and I knew at that moment when they picked me up, okay, now it's up to me to really do the job and deliver the results, because now I have the backup from a Formula One team and the support from them. So if I do the right things and get the results, then I may have a chance and an opportunity to make it to Formula One. Because since I was little, I always thought about Formula One and nothing else. Because that's what excites me the most, to be at the top of the sport with the best drivers. So I think end of 2013 was when I realized, okay, I have a chance with Red Bull, but still. The probability at that time is quite low, so there's still a long way to go before to make it. I wish I could say that one, but I know they will cut it if I ever say it. Would you rather fight one Marcos-sized duck or 100 duck-sized Marcos? And I have that video of the guy that puts all the ducks in the bathroom. You've seen that one? puts the ducks everywhere. You've seen that? Puts like I don't know how many ducks in the bathroom, and he's living with other people. And yeah, people are getting mad, and then one day he comes with that big duck. Crazy guy. Are there any other racing? So Orbis Alius. Are there any other racing series you watch or follow? And if yes, who are your favorite drivers in this series? Also, would you like to drive in the 24 hours of Le Mans at some point in your career? Orbis Alius is quite a smart guy because he managed to put 3 questions within one comment. So, so first question, yeah, I follow and watch a lot of series. So I would say I'm a lot into MotoGP when I try between the races to follow, because I find it super exciting in terms of racing, fighting, overtakings. So I usually spend like, I don't know, 2.5 hours watching Moto3, Moto2 and MotoGP. Then after I try to follow IndyCar, even though it's a bit difficult with the timing, but try to look like all the replays, sometimes the races when I can. Follow Super Formula as well after I've been to Japan. Formula E, I try to watch the races because I find them quite exciting as well in terms of battling. 24 hours of Le Mans, the WEC. So I mean, I'm a motorsport fan, so in the end I just behave or follow all the racing series as every fan will do. So of course I know I have some friends racing there and there, so I support them and follow what they do. But I always try to keep an eye on all the racing series. Second question of Orbisalius, who are your favorite drivers in this series? Well, I have many friends racing everywhere, so I'm just looking for like great racing. In the end, if someone wins that I know, I'm really happy for him. But I'm just excited to see like top drivers fighting for like podiums and wins. That's just what makes me excited in front of the TV. And would you like to drive in the 24 hours of Le Mans? Yeah, this is clearly something I would like. Of course, at this point of my career, I'm 23 years old, and my goal is to clearly go in Formula One for at least another 10 years and even longer, because that's what I love the most. And but then to mix it with 24 hours program, like during the year, like one race for the 24 hours is something that I clearly want to do at some point. So not right now, but at some point in my career. Crazy Square Gamer. Did the podium feel like the best in your career, or is there another that beats it? It was probably the best one in terms of emotions, and especially after this year and the stuff that I had to go through, and was such a roller coaster year. For me, it was important just to show my speeds and really get the results. And I think that's what we did. So with all the work, there was of course a lot of work, and it's just such a nice feeling to make this happen. And it was the first one in Formula One with Toro Rosso, which was quite unexpected in a way, because it's not something that happens really often. So after Hockenheim, they had 2 podiums in 14 years. So of course it's not something you expect every weekend, but to get it was was just really strong emotions, feeling, and pure joy. Even though I had so many others before that made me super happy, I think that one in Formula One was clearly the best one in my career. So CB Runes 22. If you never got into racing, what do you think your career path would have been, or what else would you have liked to do? Well, of course, I don't see myself in any other thing than motorsport, but except motorsport. I started when I was a kid so I did ice hockey when I was really little. Then I switched to football that I played for 7 years. And I really loved it. Like, I was mixing karting and football at the time, and I loved both of them. So I'm really a sport guy. I try to stay really active. So I think I would have tried, yeah, to do something in football. But then after, outside of sports, I'm quite like creative, so I really like interior design, so probably like a designer, or architects. I really like all these things, like just imagination and try to create something is something that excites me. Or a bit more like maybe like sociologue, or I like to study people and see the way they behave, see the way they think, and a bit like get into their mind. So there are different things that interest me. Of course, I hope in my life I still have many years, hopefully, and still have time to explore different paths. And still, you have a lot of many years after post career, so I still have time to get involved in other things in the future. So that's it for my side. I would have liked to answer many more questions, but yeah, I have other commitments with the team. So I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoy, we'll do another one at some point. And yeah, thanks for all your questions, all the supports, and now we focus on Abu Dhabi and try to get a strong result for our last race. See you guys.